So basically my theory is that I believe there are 6 to 12 one cats on campus and that there are more than one.
Chemical weapons at AU.
TDR controls the AU.
Fraternity Fight Club.
AU is using the Wonkat to generate new donors.
My theory is more of a question, and that is, what is Leonard Hall?
My conspiracy theory is that rats were planted at American University not to benefit TDR, but to shore up construction costs.
What SeaWorld does is that they have Shamu, and so every time a Shamu like dies or like it gets hurt or injured, they have a backup one just in case. And so what I believe AU does is that they have multiple Wonkats in storage and they all act the same way because like it's so important for AU to have like this furry creature that everyone loves. If like it somehow dies, like everyone would be in like unrest and it'd be horrible. And so they have like 6 and 12 in reserve. And so that vet that takes care of it every night, like he go checks on the one cat. If like it's injured or something, he just takes it back and replaces it with another one. And that's why no one knows the gender of the one cat because there's multiple one cats. And so there's a sewer near Let's Anderson. Like people see the one cat like jump in it and how does it get back up, you know? Like and underneath the Let's Anderson quad is where like they're kept. All the bus drivers, if they run it over, they know just take it and replace it. That's about it.
You know, like during the World Wars, underneath like the entirety of AU, we used to have like a chemical weapons storage. And like apparently, if we hear like these alarms like going off like around campus, that means that there's like something wrong with like the removal of like the weapons and like we're basically fucked. Yeah. I have a theory that these frat boys, when they're getting initiated, they have to fight each other. They have to attend Fight Club. Have you ever met a frat boy getting initiated who is like calm and collected? No, absolutely not. They're all out here dressed up in their little suits, fucking sweating balls, okay? Whenever you go up to a frat boy and you're like, what are you nervous about? Like, what do you have to do tonight? What stage in your initiation are you? They're always like, it's a secret. You go up to a sorority girl and you're like, oh, what are you doing tonight? And they're like, oh, they just make us chant and stuff, and I get a cool basket. But you go up to a frat boy and they're like, I can't tell you, it's a secret. They're gonna kill me. You know? I think they're making each other fight. I think that these fraternities make these boys go somewhere, swear on their souls not to tell anyone, and then just beat the shit out of each other.
I remember the Wonkat being a thing a year ago, and I remember the first part of it was AU trying to capture the Wonkat. They're starting using the Wonkat for all of their promotional letters to generate fundraiser efforts. So I believe that now they're partnering up with the Wonkat to help bring in a refreshing new set of donors and trying to give the Wonkat a tenure. So I'm just saying the Wonkat basically have a job before me.
So, officially, Sylvia Burwell is president of American University. However, it's clear to anyone with eyes that TDR has been controlling behind the scenes for a long time. You might have noticed that there's a lot of construction at AU and that it's hard to get around. This is actually part of social engineering to get us to go closer to TDR and prevent us from going to the library or other locations. See, this conspiracy runs pretty deep. You might ask, what are they building in the construction? I don't know, maybe enlarging TDR? It's old news that the rat was planted in megabytes, we all know that, like whatever. But perhaps we are actually going to see an enclave of TDR where megabytes used to be. I don't know, I'm pretty sketched out by what's going on.
So I was in McDowell the other day and I was looking out from a window to Leonard Hall and I saw a decent number of people walking in and out of Leonard and I was like, wait, I've been here for 2 years and I don't know anyone who's ever lived there. I kind of went down this like rabbit hole of also asking a bunch of other people, hey, do you live in Leonard Hall or does anyone live in Leonard Hall? Every single person I talked to was like, I think I've known maybe one person who's lived in Leonard Hall. And then I was like, have you ever partied in Leonard Hall? And everyone was like, duh. I'm trying to understand what Leonard Hall is, how it operates. Also, when you think about it in terms of like the campus, it has a different floor plan than any of the other living spaces on campus. And then it also has like a bridge to McDowell, which is strange. And I've heard of some weird things happening on that bridge. And it's like, is it because it's connected to Leonard? Probably. I'm beginning to wonder whether or not anyone actually lives in Leonard Hall, or if it just operates as like a space for American students to kind of, unwind, possibly. I don't know. I don't have these answers. That's why I'm asking these questions.
Rats were planted at AU to result in the closing of Extra Bites, the cafe down at Bender Arena, in order to boost the participation at TDR. I don't believe that theory to be the case. The rats were planted not just in Extra Bites, but at the whole of the campus, specifically in order to ensure that AU could cover for its construction costs. And here's how that theory would go. AU desperately wants to boost its tuition in order to cover the construction costs for the sustainability project and the new science building. What they instead decide to do is to plant rats at the facility, at the dorms, in order to adjust students unconditionally to worse conditions within their dorms and within the campus at large, in order to divert funding from things like housing and to put it towards construction, all while keeping the tuition rate flat. A stagnant tuition for the average college student is a unconditional stimulus, while rats are a neutral stimulus that can arouse feelings of pain or discomfort. But by combining those two, unconditional stimulus and neutral stimuli, students are able to be trained into experiencing lower quality housing and lower quality lifestyles, all while AU can ensure that the students don't become upset enough to report cases of tuition hikes.